Nobody thought we'd be here. The Lakers were up 3-0, missing their best two players, closing out on a young Rockets team that was also missing their best player, Kevin Durant. The series was supposed to end Wednesday night. Instead, we're here talking about whether the Los Angeles Lakers are going to be the first team in NBA playoff history to blow a 3-0 series lead in the first round of the playoffs. No NBA team has ever done it, not a single time. Now the Lakers are just 2 losses away from making history. So let me walk you through here, because the full picture of the series is actually pretty insane. You see, Kevin Durant was ruled out for game 1 with a right knee injury. So right out of the gate, both teams were playing shorthanded. The Lakers without Luka and Reeves, the Rockets without Durant. Even with all of that, the Lakers went out and shot over 60% from the field in the first half of game 1 and controlled the pace and physicality from the opening tip, winning in a decisive 107-98 victory. Game 2 was more of the same, another mediocre offense showing from Houston, and the Lakers took it 101-94. This was just 2 games in, and it was already looking like a sweep. The Rockets were young and disorganized and playing without their franchise player. The Lakers were playing without their best players, and even though many people, including myself, thought they wouldn't even make it this far, they were looking like they were going to win the series without their stars. And then game 3 happened, and if you watched it at all, you know exactly what I'm going to say. Houston was up by 6 points with under 30 seconds left in regulation. Just 6 points, 30 seconds in the NBA playoffs. For anyone to lose a game like this would be insane. And then what happened next will haunt the Rockets coach for years to come. Marcus Smart got a steal that immediately turned into free throws after a foul by Jae'Sean Tate. Smart made all 3 free throws, then the Rockets inbounded to Reed Shepherd. LeBron James then picked his pocket in the backcourt, and the ball ended up in Rui Hachimura's hands, who then passed the rock around a little bit, and it eventually ended up in LeBron's hands for a game-tying 3, with the building going absolutely insane. The Rockets just blew a 6-point lead in the final 30 seconds of regulation, becoming the second team in 29 years to do that in a playoff game. The overtime did not go well for Houston, and Smart scored 8 of his 21 points in the overtime. The Lakers closed it out 112-108. Now the series is sitting 3-0. There's 7 games in a series, but you only have to win 4. So if they win 1 more game, then the series is over, and this is looking like it's going to be super easy. Well, that's not really the truth, because in Game 4 and Game 5, the Lakers started showing cracks that have now become full problems. The Rockets won Game 4 115-96, not a close game at all, but the Lakers didn't really care about this game all too much given the circumstance of being up 3-0 on the road. With that win in Game 4, the series now sat at 3-1, but it still didn't look necessarily that close. But then came Game 5 on Wednesday night, and this was the Lakers' chance to end it all at home. And for 1 quarter, it looked like they would've. The Lakers jumped to a double-digit lead in the first quarter. Austin Reeves had just returned from his oblique injury for the first time since April 2nd. Marcus Smart had 8 quick points to push the lead 14-9. The building and crowd were into it, and LeBron looked locked in. Then the Rockets started to bulldoze the Lakers, and then, by the third quarter, they had completely taken it all over. The Rockets hit 14 3-pointers in 1 game. That number is exactly twice as many as the Lakers, and Jabari Smith Jr. finished with 22 points, while the rest of the starters reached double digits. But after some mistakes on offense, the Lakers ended up losing this to a fast break dunk. The Rockets 99 to Lakers 93. The series is now 3-2, and they have all the momentum possible. Game 6 that's upcoming is Friday in Houston. Now here is the part where I am genuinely concerned because I'm a Lakers fan, and I want to be very clear that I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that this series is in danger for the Lakers. LeBron James went 0 for 6 from 3 in Game 5, and after going 0 for 3 from deep in Game 4, 9 straight misses across these 3 games, he is 41, playing almost 40 minutes a night in a playoff series. The offensive load he is carrying without Luka and without a fully healthy Austin Reeves is just insane. And now it is starting to show, especially in his shot selection and shooting percentage. And here's a little fun fact that I found while researching this video, because before Wednesday, no visiting team had defeated LeBron James in a closeout game since 2008. LeBron has been historic in closeout games, except for this specific night. Now, on the Houston side, KD is still out with a left ankle sprain and bone bruise, and his status for Game 6 is uncertain. But the argument that people are starting to make is that even without Durant, the Rockets have now won 2 in a row. They don't really need him to come back healthy, and when he does, it's just going to help them out even further. So what happens if he does come back healthy for a game 6 or 7? That is the real question. Durant at 70% changes everything about how the Lakers defense has to operate. And right now, their defense has been good enough to hold off the young Rockets, but they haven't really been that good on defense overall. The other issue is AR. He came back in game 5, but this was his first time playing since April 2nd after missing 9 games in a row. He scored 13 and played well in limited stretches, but a player coming off an injury after a month off is not the same as a fully healthy player. Nothing really looked perfect about that version of AR that we saw in that game on Wednesday, so asking him to be the first scoring option doesn't really look like it's going to be that good. But right now, the Lakers only need 1 win in the next 2 games, so let's put this historical stakes into full context. No NBA team, like I mentioned earlier, has blown a 3-0 lead in the playoffs. This goes all the way back to when the league started keeping track. Teams have come back from 3-1. Teams have forced game 7s from 0-3, but no one has actually done it. The Lakers are now 2 losses away from being the first team in NBA history to do it on the wrong side. And this is the Lakers, the franchise with the most championships in NBA history. LeBron James in his 23rd season, the team that survived a 43-point blowout loss to end the regular season. They survived on 2 of their best 3 players getting hurt, and now they're 3-0 with an injured team. Throwing all of that away by losing 3 straight to a young Houston team without KD might be one of the most embarrassing collapses in the history of the sport. But the good news for the Lakers is that the Rockets would have to win 3 straight games in a row, 2 of them being potentially home at Houston. But the game 7 would be back in LA, and this Lakers team at home with LeBron in a winner-take-all game is a completely different beast than we saw on Wednesday night. Like I said earlier, the closeout games from LeBron have been historic. Now history is starting to look a little different. Game 6 is Friday night in Houston. If the Lakers lose, we come back on Sunday for Game 7. And at that point, all bets are off, and we are genuinely in the most confusing era of the NBA. All of this is happening without Luka Doncic, who is probably going to return sometime in the mid-round 2, and I'm running out of time today. So if you enjoyed any part of this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I'll see you guys next time.